In order to do your fossils lesson, you're going to need to watch this video and have this document about fossils open. You should be able to answer all of the questions and do all of the parts after watching this video. If you need to watch it or pause it and rewind it, then that's what you need to do. So here is the lesson on fossils. This is the intro page, and this is the first page. So here you need to move these white cards over here to match the words. So you have habitat, fossil, and extinct. When you watch the video, it will go over some of the words. Then we're going to begin with the next part. So please pay attention.
This is where I grew up, the state of Illinois, USA. It's located smack dab in the middle of the United States, and it's all grassland. No mountains, no ocean, just grass and cornfields as far as the eye can see. This is what I saw every day when I woke up. But one day, my dad got me up and said, "Hey, come out of the car. We're going to go somewhere special. We're going to see a part of Illinois that's not like anything you've seen before." Where are we going? The Quarry. The what? Listen. At first, when we got there, I didn't see anything. It was still flat grassland, just like everywhere else. But then, as we got closer, I started to see something. Now look up close. A giant head in the ground. Don't get too close to the edge, I gotta say. It's a big drop down to the bottom, about 500 feet down. My dad explained to me that a quarry is a place where people dig rock out of the ground in order to use it for construction. We drove down a long steep road, down to the very bottom of the quarry, and took a look around. Standing there at the bottom of this pit, it was impressive. I could see the grass and the trees up at the top. That's the world I was used to. But down at the bottom of the quarry, it was like a different world. No grass, no cornfields. This world was made of solid rock. I went up to look at the walls of the quarry, to look closer at this solid rock. I was curious to see what the earth underneath my house looked like. As I looked at it, that's when I noticed what looked like holes in some of the rocks. But I could tell by looking at them, they weren't just holes. They had some kind of pattern to them. They reminded me of seashells. My dad said to me, "Those are shells." Or I should say, they were shells. They're fossils. They're remains of animals that lived a long time ago. Whoa. As soon as I realized I could find fossils here, I started looking all around. And as I looked all over the quarry, that's when I found birds. This was no shell. This was something totally different. What do you think it was?
Okay, so here they are showing, and I'm going to be skipping through a couple of slides, a tooth, and it is a shark tooth. So if you remember the beginning of the video, it showed that where this video was taking place was in the middle of the land. So that means at one point, this section of land used to be the ocean. So that's part of what you're going to need to be thinking about in today's lesson. So there's the shark tooth, and he's going to go through a little bit of it here. So now, again, this is the quarry where the scientists will go to study the fossils, and that's something you're going to need to think about. So in our activity today, and I'm going to show you that with the slides, you're going to be looking at layer A and layer B. So here is the assignment. So you should be able to match the words for habitat, fossil, and extinct. On slide 4, this is layer A. You are going to need to look at the pictures, and on the next slide, write the traits that you see in this fossil. So again, you need to look at it. Don't tell me what you think it is. Tell me a trait. What do you see? When I see this, I see what looks like a long tail. So this animal obviously had a long tail. Also, long arms and long legs. So those are traits. This one, it looks like it has 2 legs and it has, looks like it flies. So maybe it has wings. Maybe they were made of feathers. I don't know. And this one here has 4 wings and a long tail or a long skinny body. Those are traits. I'm not asking you to guess what it is. So now when you go onto this page, you need to look back. Fossil 1, you're going to type what traits did you see in fossil 1 picture. Again, this is fossil 1. Then you need to come to this bottom part. I think the fossils found in layer A lived, and did they live on land or in the water? You need to move the circle to where you think they lived. And then you need to answer this question. I think the fossils found in layer A lived on either land or in water when they were alive. I think this because. Why do you think they lived on land or in the water? And you need to type it here. Now, I'm just going to help you out because we had talked about this in class. We had said layer A was the land animals. Some of these animals live or fly, which means they're in the air, but at some point they need to land and they would be landing on land. So you need to make sure you do this part. What I suggest is that you press pause and then continue to watch the video for the next set of slides. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to the next section. This is layer B. Again, you're going to be doing the same thing for the top part of the activity. You need to look at these and tell what are the traits that you see. Don't tell me what animal it is. Tell me the traits. Look at their shape. Do they have feet? Do they have wings? Do they have arms? Those are considered traits. You're going to fill this out on the green page for each fossil. Then you need to say, I think the habitat did or did not change between layer A and layer B. So let's go back and look real quick. Layer A, we said was land. And now when I look at layer B, well, right away, it looks like it's probably some sort of a fish, a starfish, and some animal that lived in a shell. So layer B is going to be the water layer. So for this part, the habitat did change. So I'm actually giving you the answer. It did change. And you need to say, why do you think it changed? So how do you know that it changed? You need to type your answer here. And again, think about what might have happened. Again, you can press pause and then go on to the next page. If you are ready for this slide, I want you to tell me what layer will these fossils be found in? Now, you're going to type either layer A or layer B. If you would prefer, you could write land or water. And some of them might be both. So you need to click on the box and type layer A or land, layer B or water, or both. Do not try to tell me what animal it is. Again, please make sure you follow directions. Press pause before you go on. Okay, so this part of the video, or this part of the assignment requires you to watch this part of the video. It will be giving you part of the answers. So let me show the next part.
We learned that the habitat in Illinois has changed over time. But what about other places? Have they changed too? To figure this out, you would need to dig down into the ground to look under the surface of the earth and find fossils. Once you find fossils, consider what you see. What traits do the fossils have? Where do they have lived? Fossils can give us clues about what their habitat used to be. Scientists have done exactly this. They dug down into the ground in different places all over the world to see if their habitat is there. Take the Sahara Desert, for example, on the continent of Africa. Today, the Sahara is one of the hottest, driest places in the world, up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit for months at a time. With so little rain and such hot temperatures, almost nothing can live there. It's just arid, as far as the eye can see. But scientists love digging underneath there too, and when they do, they discover amazing things. Like this, the skeleton of a giant mammal. And so with this, there's the jaw. It's a whale. This isn't the only one they found either. They find lots of them in the Sahara Desert. Whales were once common in this area, but whales swim in the ocean. They can't live in the desert. What this tells us is that this place, where today was a dry, hot desert, was once an ocean. That's not the only habitat that's changed. Traveling back towards North America, consider this place, the Gulf of Mexico, a habitat of salty seawater connected directly to the Atlantic Ocean. Recently, after a really big storm stirred up the Gulf, there were some people scuba diving about 10 miles from the shore. They discovered this. It's the wet of forest. The storm waves were so strong they had torn out parts of the ocean floor. And underneath, this uncovered a bunch of fossil trees, just sitting there on the bottom of the ocean. Some of them still had holes in the ground. They're cypress trees, still found today on land, never in the ocean. So here was a case where part of an ocean was once land, in this case, a forest. As one last example, take a look at one of the most extreme habitats on Earth, Antarctica. Antarctica today is a polar habitat. Temperatures have gone to minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the only continent where no one can use those temperatures to live. Raising frogs with that single temperature weather, many animals live in Antarctica, penguins and seals just take fun. And scientists have dug down all over the layer of ice into the rock underneath. And what they found is a fossil like this. It's the fossil of a tropical fern, a fern found only in jungles. Antarctica today might be a permanently frozen icy habitat, but it was once a former tropical rainforest.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the video there so that you can now go and answer these questions. So the last part of the video gave you the answer. What animals did they find in the Sahara Desert? You need to type in the animal here where it says type here. Now, this part, what does this tell us about the habitat? So that place where they found the animal, I'm not going to say what it is, you need to tell me, how do you know what was that habitat? What did that habitat used to be? The Sahara Desert is a desert where there's no trees. There's very few animals. So here you need to tell me, what did you learn? The next part down here is what was found at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Again, if you don't know the answer, go back and watch that part of the video. Again, same question. What does this tell us about the habitat? You need to use what you've learned in the video, which is your evidence, to tell us what that habitat used to be and how you know. And then the last slide here. You need to make sure you think about everything we learned today, and you need to answer these questions. You cannot type, I don't know, because that's not acceptable. Why do you think there were fossils of ocean animals in the middle of Illinois? So that relates to the first part of the video where they were at the quarry and they were digging through the rock and they found the fossils of ocean animals. You need to type here why you think there were ocean animals in Illinois. Then you need to tell me, how do scientists know that there used to be an ocean in the middle of where the United States is now located? So basically, why is there an ocean, or how do scientists know that there was an ocean in Illinois? Again, that goes back to the first part of the video. And your final question is, why do you think many habitats of today are so different from how they were in the past? So I want you to think about how things have changed in the world over a long period of time. And I want you to make a guess. Why do you think the habitats have changed? Please make sure you answer in sentences. When you are finished with all of the parts, you may turn it in, and then you are finished with this assignment.